Hello folks and welcome to day 4 of our London vlogs. It's just past the halfway point for us of our trip and we have had a very lazy morning today because somebody needed it. It is 1:30. We've been watching Challenge all morning, we've been watching Toy Story, brought a Chromecast with us. So we've been watching Toy Story on Disney+. We've just been generally chilling out. I know a lot of people will look at the stuff that we get done over the course of this week and say, you could have got that done in 2 days. Yeah, me and Anna could have got this entire trip done in 2 days, but for Andy it's really important that he has the downtime between the activities, and we have had a couple of very busy days with what happened at the O2 a couple of days ago. Yes, I've got my face mask ready to go. And then of course a really full and busy day at Legoland yesterday, so we just had a nice chill out morning. And then what are we doing this afternoon, Andy?
Look at the O2 digital plays.
We're not going in the O2 again. We've talked about that all morning. Andy, where? Oh, you're going to show us on the map, are you? Let's have a look then. So show us where we're going.
North Cantown, Canwater, Bermondsey, London Bridge, Southwark, Waterloo, Westminster, James Park. I'm going to the Green Park. Piccadilly Circus.
Because you want to film the digital displays in Piccadilly Circus, don't you?
Then we go back to Piccadilly Circus, Green Park.
And then we're coming back on the Jubilee line again.
And Waterloo South, London Bridge, Cantown.
So, his plan basically is, we're going to head over to the tube at North Greenwich, we are going to ride that through to Green Park, and then we might be able to convince him to have a proper look at Buckingham Palace after we drove past it yesterday. If we don't, we'll just head down to Piccadilly Circus, where we know he's going to enjoy looking at all the digital displays there because they're his current obsession this week. So we'll have a look at those and then have a slow meandering trip back over and try and see if we can convince him to do any other sightseeing stuff. But ultimately, if we just get into Piccadilly Circus today, then after the last couple of days, if we do that without any issues, I think that's going to be a big thing. Because then tomorrow, our big plan for tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow, Andy?
What is happening on your face, little man? Tomorrow,
we're going to get the Thames Clipper, which goes from just outside the apartment building that we're in, and we're going to ride that all the way down to where the London Eye and Big Ben and all that stuff is, and have a nice little boat trip. So it's all going to be very cool. We need to get masked up so we can head out. We never really got the chance to talk about this the other day because everything started to kick off as soon as we got underground, and then we never got to go underground. But for those of you who are watching our vlogs from back in February when we were down here and noticed that at that point he was calling all the underground trains Mark, he's still doing it now. We still don't know why. If you know why underground trains are called Mark, let us know down in the comments, because we have no idea and he won't tell us. He just says yes. Andy, what's the train called? Why is it called Mark? Nothing. Nothing. Well, we've made it to Green Park. Andy has watched about 10 trains as we slowly but surely made our way off the platform. He's stopped at every digital display to try and get out of the station. We are very nearly there though. I can hear him behind me now asking for dinner. It's 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 hours ago. He's an eating machine this week. He's so excited about seeing the digital displays at Piccadilly Circus. He's not even noticed that there's like 4 red London buses in a row next to us. Not even paying attention to it. This is how hyper-focused he is. What?
It's the worst day to be
Why?
Because he's stopping and people are trying to walk.
Why does that make it the worst day?
Just hold that man's hand.
I thought getting off there rather than getting the train all the way to Piccadilly Circus and walking along here, firstly it saves a bit of time because the tube kind of goes back on itself, but I also thought it'd be cool for him to see all the buses and stuff down here, forgetting that we have to stop at all these crossings, and for us we'd just walk straight across them. For Andy, I guess it's a good thing. He absolutely rigidly has to wait for the green man, but then also has to wait the other side for the timer to finish. So it's going to take us forever to make it down this little bit of street to where we're going. It was nowhere near this warm back in Greenwich. I shouldn't have worn a light coloured shirt and I can't lift up my arms, but we are practically at Piccadilly Circus. He's already had enough. He wants to turn around and walk back to that station and go back to the flat. I'm hoping when we turn this corner and he sees all of the big advertising boards and everything, the trip will be worth it for him. Maybe. Round this corner, you wait and see, you'll like it. There it is.
Now go back to underground.
That was it, that was his little look. He's had a look, now he wants to go back.
What did you think?
No, I knew. We got to have a little bit of walk through the centre of London. Soaking up a little bit of atmosphere and culture for 20 minutes. So is it good then, Andy?
Yeah.
Was it worth the trip?
Yeah.
Pull your mask up over your nose. Thank you. Are you having a lovely time?
No, it's hot. It really is warm, especially in this.
You've moaned in every video this week.
The past over couple of days it's been fun because there's been a breeze, but so there's not much of a breeze.
Yeah, it is warm today.
It's just very warm.
Which is weird because we didn't just randomly select the days for the different things. We did kind of plan it around the weather. Today wasn't supposed to be this warm. It really is warm. And weirdly warmer here than 5 miles away where we've just come from, to the point where these two are both wearing long trousers. Because it was properly...
It was cold.
I mean, we walked out the flat and said, cool, we need a hoodie. It's cold and windy. Yeah. And over here, it's suddenly August again. It's mad. Well, we managed to get him to have a little look around, post a few pictures. He doesn't want to see anything else. Wants to just go home. You don't want to go to the Hard Rock Cafe. Or the Rainforest Cafe is just up there. Are we going to try that again?
No rainforest.
Oh, just immediately. No Rainforest. I don't think we'll ever get to go to that place now, even though they were lovely to us when we were there. Well, there goes my master plan. Looks like Piccadilly Circus is one of the tube stations that's closed, or at least the 3 entrances we've tried to get in are all closed. We're just going to walk back to Green Park. He knows where it is. Gets him back on the Jubilee line and means no messing around on the tube then, so we can just ride it all the way back to Greenwich. And we are back in the underground. I may have just accidentally mooned everybody. I was just thought I was pulling my shirt down to cover my manly cleavage, and realised I was actually pulling down the top of my underpants. And basically just showed anyone who stood behind me the top half of my right buttock. So, if this vlog never sees the light of day, it's because I got arrested for public indecency. Oh dear. He is desperate to go back into the O2, but after the other day, not a chance are we going in there again on this trip. And if and when we decide to go back there in the future, he will be made to leave his camera at home before we get anywhere near it. We will never turn up there, cameras in hand again. And if you don't know why, you should go back and watch the video from a couple of days ago. Weather really weird today. We're back in Greenwich and it's cold again. I could comfortably be wearing a jacket. It's really windy and it's about to rain. We haven't travelled that far. It can't be any more than about 5 or 6 miles from here to where we just were. It's like we've travelled through seasons. Hours have passed. This is pretty much the chill out time that is going on. We're all taking it in turns, lying on that end of the sofa and laying out. Me and Andy are taking it in turns. Anna's just sitting at the table playing on her Switch.
Because no one will let me have the corn.
Me and Andy are taking it in turns having that. And we're just basically chilling out and having a nice, relaxing late afternoon / early evening. One little tip for anyone who is planning a London trip in the next few weeks. This is a very niche tip. If you're planning on staying in this particular part of London, I imagine it's going to be fairly similar across the country. We've noticed a big difference from this time compared to when we were last here in February of the availability of places that deliver on like Deliveroo, Uber Eats, that kind of thing. Much smaller choice of restaurants, to the point where tonight we're having to get a Nando's, even though Nando's is not great. but there's no barbecue places open. Our normal places are still closed. There's obviously lots of places that are still closed or still not delivering, or maybe not delivering out of the O2, which is where a lot of them were coming from when we were here back in February. So we might have to repeat and go back round to the noodles again tomorrow, because we are running out of options. So yeah, bear that in mind if you're going to be down here for an extended period of time. There's not as much choice as you'd expect that close to all of these buildings. But I think we are going to wrap up today's video here, because the rest of the evening is going to look very much like what is happening now. Challenge will be on the whole time. Andy has got himself into the habit over the last few nights of watching an episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that runs from 10 PM till 11 PM, and then he goes to bed. Yeah, Anna fell asleep during it last night, so he'll just have Challenge on for the rest of the evening. He'll stop maybe for a bath. We'll stop to have some Nando's, but other than that, I'll be reading comics or playing games. She'll be playing games. He'll be watching Challenge or watching YouTube videos or playing games. This is great. This is what we like. This is the downtime between the adventures when we're down here. And every now and again, I'll just look up and think, it doesn't matter that I'm wasting my holiday because I can see all this cool stuff out the window. Yeah, exactly. I'm having a break. That's the important thing. It's not a waste, it's a break. And if I was at home, I would find a reason to go out into the garage and work.
The thing is, normally when you're in London or places, you're Comic-Conning or conventioning, and you're not this time. There's nothing on.
Yeah, there's a lot of downtime, which I'm not really used to, but we did need a break. It has been pretty intense the last 6 months or so for everybody. So a break was definitely needed. And got more adventures to come tomorrow when we're going on the Thames Clipper. So if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for lots more vloggy goodness. And thank you very much for watching.
You did it.
They are the last 2 Yorkshire puddings we've got though. We didn't order enough.
Well done.
And they don't have any in the co-op I've just been to.
Make way.
I'm not making Yorkshire puddings.
Don't make